Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
When your web page has 2 or more redirects, you are costing your users valuable time and yourself revenue and search result rankings. If you can eliminate redirects completely, do so. Otherwise, eliminate as many redirect chains as possible. With regards to fetching resources, an excessive amount of plugins on your website can slow loading times to a crawl. Even a simple-looking plugin such as the Google Plus button box can add 2 seconds of loading time. Note, however, that one plugin that performs multiple complex operations can be worse for load times than several smaller plugins that perform a single task. When in doubt, look for reasons to remove plugins. A general rule of thumb is to limit your web page to 10 or fewer small, simple, single-function plugins. 3. Minify the code as much as possible. Code optimization is a simple way of describing minification. Minified code removes functional redundancies and white space to reduce the size of the code file. WordPress users should download and use HTML Minify to make the process much easier. The plugin is simple to install and configure, and the minification results are both quick and impressive. If you do not use WordPress, you may be able to perform your own HTML minification if you have sufficient experience and comfortability with modifying HTML code. However, manual minification should be considered as a last resort due to the effort involved and the potential for accidentally deleting vital code, especially for large web pages. This will make the code harder for developers to read, so you may want to save 2 copies of the HTML code, a readable version and a minified version. Common ways to minify HTML code include removing all comments, removing as much formatting as possible, such as indented sub-tags, without compromising the functionality of the code, removing all unused code, shortening variable names, shortening function names. A web search for HTML minification will return several web pages that will allow to copy and paste your HTML code into the web page's form and perform automatic minification with the click of a button. However, you should take precautions to ensure that you are not dumping your code onto a spoofed site lest a hacker copy your code. Many web hosts will allow you to minify entire code files as well. By using a compression tool such as gzip, you can reduce the size of code files such as HTML and CSS files, then upload the zipped file to the host. You will need to coordinate with the web host to ensure that the host can read the compressed code, but this can reduce web page loading speeds when the code files are larger than 150 bytes. Note, however, that attempting to compress image files with file compressing software is not recommended. Continue to use image-reducing tools for GIFs, JPGs, PNGs, and similar image files. 4. Understand and apply AMP protocols. AMP is an acronym for Accelerated Mobile Pages. The purpose of AMP is to apply code optimizations that specifically benefit performance on mobile devices. The emphases are on removing or reducing the number of elements that are either completely incompatible with mobile devices or are more unwieldy on a mobile device than on a laptop or desktop computer. Google prioritizes AMP-optimized mobile sites by designating them as top stories. AMP's online tutorial can help code-savvy web admins manually apply AMP principles to optimize their mobile sites and increase the chances of the site being identified as AMP-optimized. WordPress plugins such as AMP for WP are an alternative for users who are not tech-savvy. Conclusion: the purpose of a website should strongly dictate its form and function. The main goals of a business website are to draw in new customers, to keep current customers engaged, and to increase the company's pre-tax income through sales. Those reasons alone justify focusing on quick loading times, but Google's ranking algorithms favoring fast-loading websites with low bounce provides additional incentive for webmasters to increase their website's performance. Scoring 100% optimization may not always be possible, especially with sites that require significant multimedia or complex operations, but striving for 100% should always be a goal. 1. Use the Google PageSpeed Insights tool to determine your website's current performance and suggested steps to improve your website's score on subsequent speed tests. 2. Compress and optimize the images on your website using a combination of the correct image file format and tools that compress or reduce the size of the file without significantly impacting image quality. 3. Use a plugin to leverage browser caching. In addition, code-savvy web admins can make adjustments to both the website and the web host to further enhance caching capabilities. 4. Minify the code. Smaller code file sizes lead to shorter loading times. Trading readability or standards for better search result rankings can be a good trade-off, especially when keeping a standard, offline backup of the code files. 5. There is no drawback to learning more about the code and mechanics pertaining to web pages, as such knowledge can fill the gaps left by apps and tools. Knowing what to do, and what not to do, allows you to perform smaller, pinpoint adjustments that may be quicker and more accurate than machine-generated modifications. 6. Enhance and prioritize mobile websites by applying AMP protocols. When in doubt, focus more on performance and functionality and less on enhancements and glamour. Having your website marked by Google as AMP optimized can dramatically increase your web traffic. Work with us, we guarantee a 90+ on Google PageSpeed Insights. If you're needing help speeding up a slow WordPress, Shopify or any other website CMS, then get in touch.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.